Hey everyone, this is Prince Watercrest, and welcome back to Let's Play Alice Kid in Miracle World. In the 5th stage, we can fly around by pressing the 1 button repeatedly and shooting with the 2 button. Unless I run the copter blade of my ride into something on my way up, and I end up in the water. Well, so much for getting as much money as I could here, but nevertheless, I've got a good amount of money. I should be able to find a little bit more. And whether or not you go through the water or through the air, it's still an easy stage nonetheless. And now we're in a village. Time to go into this shop. We're going to buy the A globe for a boss we're going to face later on. And we're going to buy the little gyrocopter thing. Now we're going to be equipped with the little gyrocopter as soon as we get back outside. So let's take great care not to run the copter blade at the top, the little rotor up there, into anything. Thankfully, if you touch the top of the screen where the sky is, you don't lose your ride. It's only when you run into a block from underneath that you will lose the ability to fly around. And we're going to use our projectiles to blow up as many rocks as possible, and also blow up all these star blocks and get a ton of money out of this. I believe we spent at least 300, but we're gonna get a lot more than 300 back the way we're doing this. So getting the little gyrocopter and playing this real conservatively, taking everything out as you go, making sure you don't run into anything while you're flying into any money that you may have uncovered, really helps. Also, that question mark block will contain an extra life. It's also guarded by a flame, and the flame enemies are indestructible no matter how you tackle them. So you're better off just avoiding them and moving on. Some of them float around in a circle like the 2 here, some of them are stationary, but they're all invincible, so don't even bother taking them on. You also have those little bouncy guys. They can kind of throw you off, and in case they hit a wall in mid-bounce, they will turn the other direction. Other than that, that's pretty much the roll call for all the new enemies in this area. Oh, and if you shoot any yellow skull boxes, you won't get stunned while you're in the gyrocopter if you hit them, which is really good. Makes it a lot easier to destroy these things. And we can't go any further, so we're gonna have to keep going up and hit the copter blade up on the ceiling. Now, there are 2 ways to take on this bull. You can just stand in one spot and hit the bull when he's right next to you, or you can hit it from behind, back up a little bit, and then hit it again. The second way is a little easier, but if you're not careful, the bull will hit you when it starts moving forward again. So I just hit it from the front the whole time. You'll find out that your elder brother is imprisoned in a relaxing castle, and that it's up to you to rescue him. And we now go into the volcano. There's a number 7 there, signifying that this is the 7th level, I guess. And that little rock enemy, you can finish him off with 1 punch. It just moves forward and then bounces in the other direction in case it runs into anything. Same thing with these bats. So it can be kind of hard to tell where they're going to go at some time, so you want to watch them carefully and anticipate their movements. Question mark block here contains a ring. Also, I tried to offspring the scorpion so I could get some money here on the very left, but couldn't do that to any avail, sadly. So let's go ahead and get the ring. And this block that I hit, that opens up a little partition down there, so we can get this telepathy ball and this money without dying. Go a little further to the right without jumping in the lava, you'll be able to exit. You'll be able to open a passage leading to an exit. The telepathy ball is useful for the rock, paper, scissors fights. You can tell what the enemy is thinking, but be forewarned, they can change their mind at the last minute. As long as you know what to pull on the first 2 rounds every time, you won't need a telepathy ball. But in case you want to get it, I've shown it to you. Now you want to break the first star block, that way when you get to the right, you'll be able to avoid that fireball that's running around in the circle there. There are 2 question mark blocks here. The first one, the one on the left, contains a Grim Reaper, and we're going to have to off-screen him. When we do, we can go up there and break the question mark block to the right and get an extra life. The pink block with the yellow star on it will get rid of that little platform there that blocks our path to the second question mark block when you stand on it. Get a little bit of distance going. There. We can off-screen the Grim Reaper before it comes after us, and we can get that extra life. Now, you can get the star block on the left here, but I wouldn't recommend getting the one on the right. Just drop straight down, just walk off the edge and keep going right, and you'll avoid that first pink skull block. You'll have to put in a little bit of effort to avoid the second one, but it's effort well made nonetheless. And I thought I was going to get hit by that bat there, and thankfully I guessed right. After this is the second boss, Scissorhead. Another one of the henchmen of the king, Jacob the Great. Once again, we have to beat him 2 out of 3 and rock paid for scissors, or else we're going to lose a life. For the first round, you want to pick scissors. Now, it looks like he's going to pick rock there, now that we have the telepathy stone, but he switches to paper at the last second. That's why it's good to know what to pick for the 2 rounds. And for the second round, you want to pick paper. These fights are not randomly generated. You always want to choose... You always want to choose scissors for the first round. You always want to pick paper for the second round. It's never randomly generated. It's always the same, and you can always recognize it after playing through the game enough. Anyway, there's a shop at the beginning of this little level here. We're gonna get the cane, because that will allow us to fly a little later on. And by pausing, I see that I have 7 lives and about $1,400 in money. We have the Sunstone, the ring that shoots projectiles, the telepathy stone, the cane that lets us fly, and the A-globe. If you don't have the A-globe, you can still buy one at the shop. If you already have one, don't buy another one. You can only have one at any given time. In this stage, your running and jumping and your understanding of the momentum-based jump that Alex Kidd has is put to the test. Aside from the enemies you met in the volcano, such as the bats and everything, you'll have guys throwing rocks at you. You'll also have all these spikes. You can buy the motorcycle here, but I do not recommend it, even though you can break through the little yellow blocks. If you land the spikes, it's over. You've lost a life. You don't lose just the motorcycle. And right here, I thought I was going to get away with it and punch that bat. I did not. Instead, I start back here at that blue block, and I make my way up to the right. I could have gotten a 1-up with those 2 question mark blocks, but I didn't. Anyway, when you reach the boss, you want to pause the game and select the A-globe with 2. Move left and right with the control pad until you select it, and then press 2 once you have the cursor selected over it. And then press 2 to use the A-globe. This will send out 8 miniature Alex Kidds that will kill the boss. Makes it far easier to kill that boss. And that is it for the second 4 stages of Alex Kidd in Miracle World. Join me next time for some more stages. Until then, this is Prince Watercrest. Take care, stay safe, and thanks for watching!